Right, what people forget to prepare. You can prepare your guns, your knives, your bows, your food, your water, your ammunition, your heating, your clothing, your shelter. People talk about all of those, but what don't they talk about? They've started talking about seeds even, for future food, but they don't talk about learning-based preparation. I've started to with discussing what to teach kids, when to teach them it, but I thought I'd talk about another one for you yourselves. Where are you going to go? How well do you know that area? You're talking in, say, 500 miles of woodland. I'll use it as an example because I know there's forests of that size in Canada and parts of America. What food sources are there out there? The edible plants, the poisonous plants, the plants that have medicinal uses. These are things you can prepare in advance. Buy an army survival guide of American, English, wherever you're going, edible plants, poisonous plants, etc. Now, what else do you need to know about that area? Well, for starters, if you're going to be living off the land, it'd be extremely helpful to know what game's there. How can you do this? Buy a book and learn basic tracking. Find out where game goes to water. Find out where the game trails are. Through the spoor. Through the footprints. That's that part covered. What about, you've got your shelters, your temporary shelters, such as tents, etc. But what about natural caves? Your tents may do in some weathers, but in real hard weather, it'll just get shredded. Unless, of course, it's a very expensive Arctic condition tent. But not everybody can afford those. So look for caves, especially ones with natural rock chimneys, so then you can have a fire in the cave. So that's that. What's the other advantage of caves? You can find areas to hide things, so you don't have to be out looking. A stash of firewood in a cave, ready for if SHTF. If you come across an old disused cabin, do what people used to do. Lay a fire in the hearth. Prepare some firewood, just in case somebody is in the worst weather, stumbles across it and really needs that shelter. They may be in no condition to go out, but you've laid a fire ready for them, so they can get the warmth what they need. You can help others survive by your basic preparations. With your other aspects, where can I set up stashes or caches, which would be the most appropriate way of calling it, so I don't have to carry all my gear and ammunition with me. I can carry just what I need, with maybe a little bit extra. So when you're on your day runs, you'll have less weight on you. So if you take down a book, you'll be able to drag it back to your camp where your cache is. You won't have to abandon more of it because you're having to lug all your gear around. That's just things you can prepare for. You can also teach your kids to prepare for them. Make it fun. Camping with nature hikes is one example, which I mentioned in educating kids. You're showing them how to find water, signs. the tracking. You might not be very good at it, but your kids will learn it a lot faster than you will. So while you're teaching it, you're improving your skill, you're improving their skill, and teaching them to pass you in skill. So it's all things what was done in the past. Also, is there anything else you'd need to know? Yes. Basic meteorology. Now, what is this? This is the easiest way of putting it. Weather sense. An ability to look at the clouds and see what weather's going to be coming in. It's not perfect, but it gives you a rough idea. What else could you do? Depends how long you're going to be somewhere. If you're planning for a permanent camp and it's near a cave near a river, you could always prepare by gaining knowledge of how to create a basic hydroelectric generator. It might not provide you a lot of power, but keep your music system charged, give you lighting, and maybe a little bit more. Finding dead wood, like I said, is another one. Your torches, oh, will only have a limited amount of battery life. You're going to be carrying enough batteries to last 10 years? If you set up the hydroelectric, you'd have permanent charging, so maybe 20 sets of batteries for your torch or flashlight would last because you could recharge them. You spent the money and got the rechargeable ones. Solar, wind up radios, all good ideas. Remember the British Special Forces motto, which is proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Thanks for your time, and see you later.